out for that first step. It's a doozy. Woo! Woo! Tarpon! What's going on, everyone? Joey Antonelli here. And it's time for a video that I do every year. And I do it every year because we got new people on the channel every year and it gets pretty good feedback, and I'm gonna try to offer something a little different every time. This time, we're talking about making bait. That's what we always do. It's winter time. I'm kind of like a live bait needed sort of guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love walking down the beach, throwing the NLBNs and the hoagies and the Tsunami swim shads for big tarpon. But especially in the winter time, I'm a live bait needed kind of guy. Now, the fish we're going for today, the bait fish we're going for today, it's a fish popular all over Florida, and it's the pinfish. Especially in the wintertime, it's a really good inshore inlet bait for snook, redfish, tarpon. Now, there's two different ways to go about this. You can either buy your own bait, which is pretty self-explanatory, but we are gonna go into it a little bit because sometimes it's definitely worth it, or you can catch your own. Now, if you're interested in catching your own, there's gonna be a lot more information about that. Now, let's talk about buying your own bait real quick. Pinfish are somewhere around $20 a dozen for the size pinfish we're gonna be going for. And some people think that that's too expensive, but at the same time, they're going snook fishing with flare hawks and swim baits and stuff and lures, and they don't bat an eye at losing a $6 or $7 plug or a $4, $3 flare hawk. Now, if you haven't lost a flare hawk on your first cast with that brand new flare hawk, then you're not using it right. I mean, if you're not losing them, you're not using them the correct way, because you're bouncing them off the bottom. And yeah, someone that's really good at it is probably gonna be able to stay contact with the bottom and not lose as many as someone just learning. But I mean, you lose a couple of them, it's the same as buying a dozen baits. Anyways, you can buy them at the bait shops is my point. But this video is for those who want to catch their own. Everything from the bait I use, the rig I use, little tips that are gonna save you a lot of headache and increase production, to transporting them and keeping them alive. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this camera up on the tripod so I have my hands completely free and I can show you the way I like to do it. And we're gonna get pinfish catching. We're gonna start off by showing you the rig I'm using. This is my Tsunami Evict 2000. It's what I use inshore or just when I want to light tackle some big snook or something like that. It's got 10-pound braid though, that's the important part. You need light line, whether it's mono or braid. I got this one 10-pound braid, and then I tied up some 12-pound mono with a double dropper rig. Now the hooks I'm using, probably won't focus on it, but any kind of long shank, it's like almost, I call them brim hooks. This is a number 6 long shank, and then down at the bottom some kind of little weight. I got 2 hooks, and then I got a little pinch weight and tied onto the bottom. It's not pinched onto the line, it's just tied. So that's my rig. Now you can see over here, I went ahead and did some meal prep on the piling right here. The bottom hook, real sharp hook, and it's important to change your hooks every time you do this. You don't want to use the same hooks twice in a row because they do dull and bend and stuff like that. So brand new hook. Bottom hook, I get a little piece of shrimp. Top hook gets a piece of the fish gum. Fish gum stays on the hook a little bit better. They don't get picked off without catching fish like that. So that's what we got. And I'm just gonna flip it out there. Now I got my bucket down here. I got my dehooker on the side of it, and the dehooker is a huge, huge deal. As far as where to catch the pinfish, oh, there's one right there. We're gonna kind of go over it while we're doing it and to show you how productive you can be while doing this. Now, where to do it, that was on the shrimp. There's so many places, and there isn't like a one spot is good because the fish move. They're always moving around. Tip rep going on. So any kind of docks, bridges, mangroves, just keep moving around, keep trying different places, and you'll start to find spots that they tend to like more than others, but there isn't a spot where they're always at least in my experience. Maybe you have some super secret pinfish spot where they always are, but unless you've done it all throughout the year, at least once a week, I mean, they move. So we're in them pretty good right now. There's a fish gum shrimp combo right there. And you might have noticed the little tool I'm using. Not only does it increase productivity, it's so much faster than just using your hands, and I'm not going full speed here. I mean, we got 4 already, and I'm not going full speed because I'm talking. That's called a dehooker. That specific one is like a bait dehooker. You would get it at any of your tackle stores for like a sabiki. It's fast. It's gonna make it so you can dehook the baits quicker. Now pinfish, if you couldn't guess, if you aren't familiar with them, they get their name because their spines are like little pins. They will mess you up. Your hands will be all covered in little pricks by the time you're done. So that's a reason for it. It's faster, saves your hands, but also something a lot of people don't think of or don't realize is it saves the bait. I mean, the less you touch the bait, the better. I got them going into a 5-gallon bucket right now. I haven't touched a single fish yet. My hands aren't slimy, my hands aren't getting pricked. I'm able to hold the fishing rod better and not worry about stuff getting all slimed up. And just all together, we got another one on. Another beautiful pinfish. All together be a far more productive experience, except when that happens. Missed the bucket. All right, we'll put them in there real quick. Still, that's a lot easier than grabbing them all, every single one of them by hand. And when you first grab the dehooker, you're not going to be good at it. It takes a little bit of figuring out, mess with it, learn how to use it. I use it for everything. Offshore, we use dehookers for pretty much every fish. I touch a fish when I want to take a picture with it for the most part. They just are a lot more efficient, a lot safer for you and for the fish. Top hook gets the fish gum. I think I didn't have any fish gum on that time. I think I forgot to put some on there when it came off. So fish gum is a bait typically used in the surf, or that's what it was designed for, is pompano fishing. But people call it an artificial bait. It's not an artificial bait. It's actually made from real bait, all sorts of different crustaceans. Works great for pompano. And then you cut these little teeny pieces and it works great for bait fishing. Missed them. Comes in different colors. That's the sand flea sickle. That's kind of my favorite go-to color for in the surf. So that's a pigfish. Not looking for pigfish today, so quick little release, never touch the fish. Another good use for the dehooker. I mean, yeah, we caught him. He got a little hole in his lip, but still far faster and less stressful than if we were to actually get the death grip on him and hang on to him and pull the hook out and do all that. It's just a super simple little tool, and that's kind of, when I made this video, what I wanted to show, because I don't think I've shown that before. Oh, I had the double. Both of them fell off. Got one, lost one. But the preparation is just kind of all key. Have your little rig made up, get a bunch of bait prepped, like you can see, because when you get them on, how we're catching the pinfish right now, every one of these pinfish we catch, they're spitting out the bait, they're spitting out maybe some other stuff they ate, and they're just getting everything fired up. So when you do it with 2 people, you always want someone fishing. Like soon I'm gonna have to take these pinfish. I haven't been counting. I usually like to count. Soon up, lost that one. I usually keep the bucket further away from the water as well. But soon I'm gonna have to transfer these baits. I can't keep them in a bucket, there's no air on them. But I have the big live well up in the truck, and that's where they're gonna go. I'm gonna do a couple bucket loads, and then we're gonna go see what wants to eat these pinfish. But until then, we'll just do a little bit of a bait montage. so we got all our bait. We transferred them from the buckets into here. And Alberto's the muscle. So he's got that big cart behind me. And we load them up into his cart to bring them all out onto the jetty. Alberto doesn't catch bait anymore. Somewhere around 60 baits for the day. Hopefully there'll be a couple fish coming up there. Look at all these birds. We're going out on the jetty again, another jetty day. And it is wet. Geared up, got the new SaltX jacket. Got the Boca Grand pants, I believe. We got a bunch of bait. Me and Ryan caught a bunch of bait. Alberto caught a little bit of bait. Make the best of it. Are you ready, Berto? We got frigates too. They're staging. 2 other people on the entire jetty. Just 2 other people on the entire jetty. These birds know where the bait is about to be. Tarpon everywhere out there. Oh, right past where I cast it. Another tarpon. Tarpon! Yeah. He dumped it. We're just gonna fight them hard, break them off, and keep hooking them. Look at these tarpon. Tarpon on. Oh, big jumps out there. Didn't take long with the bait. Oh, the thing blew up. Gotta be careful on that. If he goes this way. If he goes this way, we could try to land him actually. Which I wasn't planning on doing, because they usually go the other way. Because this fish is way too big to go in a net. Woo! Yeah. I just had a tarpon, but I got so much seaweed. My line's way over here. We pulled the hook on the tarpon or frayed him off, which is best case scenario right now. We're gonna go hook another one. sprayed them off. Nothing wrong with that. Woo! That was a good one. I'm delegating. Look at that, Jetty's good as new. There we go. Let's see a jump maybe? Some heat on them now.
What do you use for bait?
Pinfish. Yeah, he came way up current. Bad zone, bad zone. Good zone. Yep, right there is good. It's a release net. Get the arms out the door. There we go. That is technically a keeper. Right there at 28. That's a good one, Joe. Oh, backpack down. They're thumping. Feels like a little heavier one too. Yeah, that's a bigger fish. That's a bigger fish. Ooh, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a little back wound. Coming down. Come on. He's gonna get me. There you go. heavier, I don't know. Don't be jealous, Rye! That one's better. Definitely better. That is a beautiful keeper snook at 30 inches. We got a karma fish. As long as you don't look at that side. That side's straight out of Port Salerno. But that side's good. I'll split them with you. That's yours.